So I ordered these Lays online, so we're gonna try these.
Shit look trash.
Roasted garlic oyster, or as the Chinese like to call it, deodorant. We're going to try these today and many other snacks. So I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you enjoy the episode. Comment, subscribe. We'll be back. Bye. And welcome back to Bad Duck, ladies and gentlemen. We're here. Episode 5. I got a childhood friend of mine, good friend of mine, that I wanted to pick his brain, Dereck Ibekwe. Welcome. What's up?
What's good? It's
Dereck's
Ibekwe.
in the fucking building, bro. Look, before we get the episode started, I want to start with my favorite segment of the episode. And it makes sense because, and we'll get into it later, but you used to have a candy empire in high school.
Yeah.
The candies, so you're perfect for my favorite segment, which needs a round of applause, Bad Taste.
Okay.
So,
Let's get it.
I went out and searched the world for weird looking snacks that people say are good, but I'm like, how is this good? And so today, the first one we're gonna try. Look, if you taste the first one, you can spit that shit out. I got a box right here. This one, the first one we're gonna try, is roasted garlic oyster flavored Lays. These are Lays, like I said earlier, roasted garlic oyster.
Okay, so do you order this? Or like?
Yeah, on TikTok. I got this straight from China, so I don't know what the fuck roasted garlic. I like garlic.
Yeah.
Right there.
Okay.
Here we go.
Shit fucking up my diet.
Here.
Yeah, I should.
You want to spit that shit out, or you can swallow it? Pause.
I'm good. I should done.
It's empty. Bro, what the fuck? Oh my god.
Nah, I should ask.
Bro, what the fuck is in this? Oh my god.
It had like a weird ass aftertaste.
It's still there. I'm sorry to put you through that.
Nah, it's cool. So you order all this shit?
Yeah, well, this one, yeah. We went to China last month, and I brought these.
Yeah.
Bro, all right, yeah. So there you go. Roasted garlic oyster flavored Lays, 0 out of 10. I would never try that shit. Don't try this. That's horrible.
It wasn't bad in the beginning. It was just the aftertaste that really got me.
And the aftertaste kicked in like 2 seconds after. But it's a strong garlic
I'll
taste.
give it like a 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10?
Yeah.
Wow. You like garlic?
Yeah, I'm on it.
I feel like these chips were made from garlic. These are like garlic chips. I don't even taste the oyster. God, this tastes like fish pussy. That shit trash. This one I got it translated because it's in Pokemon. What was it? Roasted chicken wings and yams is what this is.
Okay.
That
don't sound bad.
That sounds good. That sounds good. That sounds good. Bro, why? What's up with these? All right. Oh, this sounds like it's gonna be good.
Not bad. It tastes like ramen.
Tastes like ramen.
No.
It tastes like ramen. You get another one? He says not bad and eats the whole bag. It does taste like. I taste a little syrup too, huh? No?
It tastes like ramen, yeah. I can tell that shit from like China.
100%. It smells like a Chinese market. You ever been to Chinatown here in Houston?
Not recently.
That's where we got these from.
Oh, okay, cool.
What do you give these, bro?
Like a 6. 6 out of 10. That's not bad.
If you had like a sandwich and a meal, would you get these?
I wouldn't mind it. Yeah.
Right. He's pretty good. Okay. That's not bad. This is cake seasoned with chicken meat floss. Now I looked this up and I made sure it's up to date. I kept it in the right temperature. They say that it's made like they stuffed it with chicken meat floss. Now there's not chicken in it. It's like a fluffy, like shredded, like biscuit. It's small. Let me try these out. I saw this show. I was like, "There's no way people eat this shit."
No, that one looks sketch.
It looks scary, bro. No, but I talked to one of my my Pokemon friends, and
Anything that got chicken in a box
They
is weird.
well, it's like canned chicken, canned tuna, you know. But it's not chicken in there though. It's like shredded to the point where it's like the same texture as the biscuit.
Okay.
Derek's a trooper, dog. Derek's a trooper. I would have backed out. That's what, yeah. Let me go. Yeah, there's a trooper. All right, chicken meat floss. Here is a taste test. We'll try to keep my racial comments to myself.
It don't taste bad. Let me see. It's not bad, but I wouldn't like eat it on
It's like
I wouldn't eat it like on a normal day. But it's not bad though.
what would you eat? What do they eat?
If you would have told me it wasn't chicken,
You
I'd
wouldn't know.
probably eat it more.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
But do you see where they shredded the chicken so it's like puffy?
Yeah. Not bad.
I give it shit a 0 out of 10. Shit trash.
I give it like a 5 out of 10. Not that bad.
God damn, dog. Yo, if I lived in China, I'd be skinny as shit. That's what they eat out there? All right, last one, and this one looks as good. Last episode, I tried the Sour Patch Oreos, and so it was only right that we tried Pokemon Oreos. Or chocolate cream. I don't know what the fuck this is. Pokemon Oreos. We'll give this a try. And then we're done with being fat.
Cool.
You'll probably like these.
Yeah, see.
Bro, I need to get that flavor out of my fucking mouth.
You can't really fuck up an Oreo.
Yeah, you can. Sour Patch Oreos. They fucked that shit up. That shit was trash.
It's probably the best one. It's just like double chocolate.
It's double chocolate.
You know.
It's good. What you give it? 8 out of 10?
And I give it an 8. I wouldn't mind eating this shit.
Black on black, baby. None of that interracial shit.
Bro.
I don't like chocolate. The cream is very chocolatey. Almost to a fault. Definitely the best one out of all these. I'll give you a 7 out of 10. 6 out of 10. Damn. So, okay, so let's rate them. Best one,
Then I'll go the chips.
the chicken wing chips.
And then I'll go the cake.
And then the last one was the oyster chips.
Last one don't get rated.
Holy shit. Let me pull these out. Let me see the wings. Last one don't get rated. All right, so there you have it. The best one, the Oreos. The second best, the chicken, the roasted chicken and yam flavored. The third best, the chicken cake, and this don't even get on the fucking radar. And I agree, this is diabolical. This is horrible, dude. This is absolutely terrible. This is actually this should be illegal to sell, dog. That's crazy. Roasted garlic oyster flavor. There you have it. That's Bad Taste with Dereck Ibekwe. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want to dive a little bit into you ran an empire of selling candy in school. If I remember correctly, you had students at other schools selling candy for you as well. How what grade did you start that? Was it freshman year?
So I started selling candy in like 7th grade, and I was just doing it solo.
Talk to the mic a little bit more.
So I started selling candy in 7th grade, but it was solo. And then I think it was 10th grade. That's when I finally said, okay, cool, let me try to venture out. I was just doing it to get some money.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
And then you had, how many people did you have selling for you?
I think I had like 7 or 8.
In different schools or one school?
No, that was one school. And then it's so crazy. I had 8 in like one school, and I think I had like 4, 2 in Foster and 2 in like Georgia Ranch.
And so like, would you like every week, like every Friday, you charge them up? Like, okay, like, where's my money? Like, would you like well, how would it be like? Because it wasn't Cash App back then.
So the thing about it is, when we had to re-up like for the candy and stuff like that, they'll come to me and I'll drop it off to them. So it'd be like an exchange.
Yo, did you ever have to like? Was anybody ever short? On money, like
yeah. So I'd be like, it's coming out your cut.
Yeah.
It's crazy though.
You treat that shit like it was
Drugs.
Yeah, what's that one movie? Empire.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. That speaks a lot to your hustle. Now thinking about it now, like how much you be hustling with your business now. I look back and it's like that makes sense. That was your.
Yeah.
I was like, let me make sure there's nothing on my face right here, bro. It's crazy to have that issue now. I'm good.
Wipe them out. Just wipe them. If you feel like something, wipe
But it might just be my hair. No, so no, that speaks. So I think about it now. I'm like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Like you were always a money driven, money thinking go getter.
Yeah.
Is that are your parents like that or your siblings like that? Where does that come from? Like,
I think it just comes from me just being independent. You know, I don't really I hate asking people for stuff.
Yeah.
That's just not my personality. So I always just try to find ways that I can just, how can I make money without asking for anybody anything?
right.
You know?
And was that instilled in you by your parents? Because I know I'm like that too. Unfortunately, I'm not that good with like chasing money as you are. I wish I was, but I don't like taking shit from people. And it's like my parents always like, don't receive nothing from people.
Yeah, I would say a little bit, but I think it's the Nigerian mentality. Like, I think
about to say that.
growing up as a kid, my parents always taught me like working hard. You got to work hard. You always got to do something. Don't be lazy. Don't be
Immigrant
bum.
parents. Yep.
Yeah, so like just kind of growing up in that environment, it kind of just shapes you to think, how am I elevating? What am I doing to get better?
Yeah, yeah. And I see that. So because after high school, you went off to play. You played college football where?
Yeah, so I played at New Mexico State.
Damn, what were you? What position?
I was playing linebacker. So I got to play linebacker.
Oh,
Yeah,
you did play linebacker. In high school, you were DN, right?
So I was a DN, and then I converted to linebacker because I was trying to go to college.
Right.
So.
Damn. So a coach told you that you should try to do linebacker? No.
Nah.
You just decided.
Yeah, I mean, after you go to a couple camps and they keep telling you you're too short or you're too not this, you start realizing. Like,
they say you're too short for defensive end.
Yeah, that just wasn't the way defensive end was going. They're going like the tall, lengthy route, and I kind of seen that coming up front. just from being around the camp environment and just being around a lot of prospects.
Right.
So I was like, typically people in my height range, 6 feet.
So like
200, playing linebacker, you know what I'm saying?
Running
or
back.
DBs, you know what I'm saying? I figured the best way for me to make it to college was linebacker. So
did you have aspirations of NFL when going to college? Yeah.
Yeah, it's so crazy. That's all I used to think about. You know what I'm saying? NFL was just, I think when you're around the environment and you're around, football players all the time, everybody always just preaches NFL.
For sure, that's the goal.
So in your mind, it's instilled into you like, yo, I got to make it to the league. Then it's not easy when all your family, you go to college, you're doing good, maybe on the football field, and all your family is like, keeps, pitching back NFL.
Yeah.
So then it's like, that's what you just keep thinking about. And that's like the end goal for that,
I can't imagine. even like being looked at the way you were because you was going to camps and getting looked at and getting offers. Like like you said, it's true. When you're around the football players, everybody's talking info, so that's everybody's dream. Like even me, like I had those dreams because I'm around everybody, and I mean I wasn't good, but like just me being around everybody, football, you get that. You're like, oh, so damn, that is kind of like proof of like you are who you hang around with.
Yeah,
like your mentality. And I never thought about that because like when you're in high school, everybody has, if you're on a football team, everybody's dream is that because everybody's dream is that. So.
Yeah, but, like I said, for when I was in high school, people said they wanted to do it, but they didn't really want to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I literally lived, breathed, died football.
I remember.
That was just all I sacrificed my time.
Yeah, you was, and is that why you stayed at Lamar?
I stayed at Lamar because, one, I felt like I have a better opportunity to get to NFL, get seen better, and then two, my parents didn't want me to relocate. So,
right. That would have been hard, hard. How was college football for you? How was that experience?
It was good. I learned a lot. My freshman year, I was an All-American. I was a freshman year All-American, so I led the team in tackles. I was doing really good.
Really?
Things were going really good. Sophomore year, started linebacker. I was doing really good as well, too. Yeah, I think I was like second on the team with tackles. I can't remember my stats and stuff like that, but I was doing really good. It wasn't until my junior year, that's when things changed. I got injury. I actually had surgery before the start of the season.
What'd you injure?
Huh?
What'd you injure?
It was just some crazy stuff. I woke up one day and I had a hernia.
Oh fuck! Oh,
yeah,
so you got hernia
it was just
surgery?
like some weird, random stuff. Like
damn.
Yeah, so I had a hernia and stuff like that, and then I sat out majority of the year. I just wasn't fully back to myself. And then my senior year, start of the season, broke my hand. So then I had a 5th year, and then my 5th year I was competing for a starting spot, and unfortunately, like I said, I didn't really.
Yeah.
I went from like, it's so crazy. I was like, my senior year, I actually started on practice squad. Crazy, from being like a starter
Yeah.
to being on practice squad. And I think that was crazy for me. And looking back on it now, at the time I was so bothered by it. I remember calling my brother, just so hot, like,
Yeah.
yo, I'm on practice squad. I used to be a starter. Like, I used to be,
especially
one of the
all America freshman
yeah.
year. Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
on practice squad to start the year. You know what I'm saying? And it was very discouraging at first. And I realized back then, looking back on it now, God was preparing me, right?
Mm-hmm.
During instances like that. And I remember vividly my brother was talking to me during that time, because after they told us, like, hey, these people are on the depth chart, this and this, I was just so bothered. Like, I was pissed that I was on like practice squad. You know, I didn't even want to play no more.
Right.
And it's crazy because I talked to my brother. My brother was like, my bigger brother, he was like, hey, this is a time, like, this is a defining moment just in life. You know, things are not going to go the way as planned, right? There's 2 ways you can look at it. You can give up on your dreams, right? Or you could say, hey, you know what? Make the most of the opportunity, ignore all the noise, and work.
Damn.
And, you know, like I said, it was,
Shout out to Big Bro.
it was probably the hardest thing for me because it was just an ego thing. You know,
Absolutely,
so you gotta think.
bro. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Especially it's probably somebody younger than you coming in.
Yeah,
and getting that
somebody
spot.
younger than me
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And then it's just like, it was an ego thing. And it was one of the hardest transitions that I really had, like, in my life.
When did you kind of get over that?
So what happened was, I ended up just fighting I ended up making it back into the depth chart. I think I was like 3rd or 2nd. And then I got opportunity to have, I think, like 2 starts on the year, I believe. It's been so long ago. But the season I ended up being on the bench majority of the season. But, you know, the thing about it is, I was able to walk away from the game, at least because I gave it my all.
Yeah.
So during that time, I was working out. I was studying my hardest because I said, hey, if football is not for me, that's completely fine.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give it everything I got, and then at that point, I'm leaving in God's hands,
Right.
and then I can move forward.
And
because one thing I don't want everyone to look back on in my life is regrets. I don't
Regret, like
that.
I shouldn't quit. I should at least kept
Yeah.
going. Yeah.
So
and you made it back on the roster on the like,
yeah. So I made it back. So it was like, you know, so it was a whole bunch of emotions. So what ended up happening, crazy. So a CFL team. So after the season, I did a pro day. Did okay at the pro day. Didn't do anything crazy. Had a couple NFL scouts looking, but like I said, you know, after sitting on the bench for like,
what was your 40?
I did like 4.59.
Okay,
Yeah,
damn
so-
man, you always been a big boy too.
Yeah. So, fortunately, like I said, after, you know, the season and stuff like that, I did the pro day. Things went okay with the pro day, but, you know, I was talking to like 2 teams about getting in like a mini camp or stuff like that. Luckily, you know, a CFL team reached out and they were like, hey, you know, we want you to try, you know, do a tryout for the team to make a roster spot.
What team was it?
It was BC Lions,
What city is that? It's,
Vancouver.
Hey, shout out to
But
Vancouver.
yeah, so I'm just like, and they told me they actually got me, they actually looked at my freshman and sophomore year film and they wanted to take a chance on me.
Damn,
So it was
that's
dope.
hard.
You know, it was like, damn, you know, I think that was God showing me like, hey, I'm going to give you that one opportunity you asked for. Because like I said, my whole thing was, hey, I just need an opportunity.
And the reason you got that, I feel like, is because you didn't give up. Like you
I
kept
didn't
on.
give up. Yeah, so I got the opportunity, man. They flew me out to Canada. Got a chance to play a little bit of professional football. You know, it was a good experience.
Really?
Learned a lot. You know, it's so crazy.
Oh, so you played there actually?
Yeah, so I played there. I competed for a little roster spot. I mean, I got
shit.
cut.
Okay,
of course,
but that's hard. How was
Yeah.
the? So it's kind of like practice squad type shit, like the tryouts, or
yeah, I
what?
went to like camp and everything. So I got the whole experience of what it's like being a
fire.
professional athlete.
That's crazy.
And for me, moving forward from the game, that was something that I needed to experience so I can leave it
So
completely.
you could check it off and not feel like you didn't.
Yeah. So that happened, and then I was like, okay, cool. I got cut. So I ended up doing like one like tryout for like NFL team and something like that. It was just something like a spring league or something like that. And then it's crazy. I remember I just said, you know what, like, I'm not gonna keep chasing this stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I want to get on with my life. Like,
Right,
hey,
right.
if it's meant to be, God will find a door. things will come back, but like, yo, I gotta get on with my life. I'm not gonna be one of those guys that just
Right,
hangs on
just
to
like
yeah.
30 to trying out for.
And nothing's
football.
wrong with that, you know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I believe in people's dreams. Like, if that's something you want to do. But for me, I mean,
I mean, after a certain age, football itself is like there's like you know what I'm talking about. There's
Yeah.
chasing your dreams, but after a certain age,
Yeah, 'cause-
football, like yeah.
So, so right after that, that's when I got into accounting. I started working as an accountant. And then I was like, okay, cool. You know, that job was kind of boring. You know, think about it from playing.
Is that what you majored in? I mean, finance
Yeah, so I majored in accounting. So
Okay,
for
okay.
me,
Yeah.
I've always been a numbers guy. Like, that's just how I've always been.
from high school, from the camp, from the
Yeah.
Empire.
So
Yeah.
it was crazy during that time when I wasn't playing football, when I was kind of sitting on the bench, like my junior, senior year, I was researching like, yo, how are people making money out here? Like, you know, what's the best way to make passive income? Just researching stuff on Google and stuff like that. Started getting vending machines, doing the candy thing, Empire thing. I was doing like selling fire sticks, just doing just miscellaneous stuff just to make money and stuff like that. So that way I'm just doing something in the meantime of not playing.
Right.
So then I was like, okay, cool. It's so crazy how life works. So I started working as an accountant, right? And I realized really quickly it wasn't my vibe. You know, it's just, I mean, think about playing in front of 50, 100,000 people.
To sitting in the desk for
it's just
somebody
two
else.
different atmospheres. Yeah. So I was like, nah, it's not for me, you know? So I ended up taking like a staffing and recruiting job behind my parents' back. It was sales. And I liked it because, you know, it's competitive. So I got that competitive edge from football and stuff like that.
What do you mean behind your parents' back?
Well, you know, Nigerian parents, hey,
Yeah.
either doctor, lawyer, engineer, like
Or
if you're not
accountant,
doing
or-
it,
yeah.
if you're not doing that, they're not trying to hear that.
Right.
But like I ended up taking the job without them knowing because I
Okay.
still live with my peoples and stuff like that. So, was doing the staff and recruiting. It was cool. I was
What
enjoying
staffing and recruiting? They helping people get jobs or?
myself. Yeah, so I'm placing
Okay.
engineers,
Like workforce.
Yeah, workforce. Just
Okay.
helping people, connecting them, being that middleman. So I was doing that. In the meantime, it's so crazy. While I was in Canada, CFL, there's a guy that was trading on his phone, and that's when I seen it. I was like, man, dude, like,
What are you doing?
what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And I seen that, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna look into that. You know, later on, not right now because I'm trying to do this football thing, but later on. So it's so crazy. While I was at the office, you know, doing the sales and recruiting, I was doing day trading, and that's when I was trading during the clock. So that's when it was kind of crazy. I was like, yo, you know, this day trading stuff, I was losing my money, but I was like, yo, yeah.
Okay, so you started when you was working your accountant job, doing it, but you was in the beginning you was losing money.
Oh, yeah, I was losing money.
What kept you like? Damn, what makes you go from losing money on that? Because it's kind of like to me like I hopped on Prize Picks, right, and I keep losing money.
Yeah.
But I keep playing.
For me, it wasn't about the money. It was the fact that it was like, yo, I can make money from my phone. Like day trading, you can make money from your phone.
Yeah.
And it doesn't require nobody to say yes or no, or it's just me.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's me versus me. And for me, it was like, yo, that's the only avenue out there that I was like, yo, I can literally make as much money as I want.
Right, without having to worry about getting a deal done with somebody or dealing with somebody else's bullshit.
And keep in mind, I'm an introvert as it is. I don't like dealing with people already.
Are you?
Well,
You be outside.
But I've grown into that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You
you know
be
what I'm saying? I've grown into that. But now it's kind of like I saw it for what it was, and to me it was like, yo, this is something I can do when my kids are at school, you know, or when my kids are, you know what I'm saying? I
At
can
home, I
the
can be with my family
flexibility.
more. Yeah.
So I was thinking long term. I was like, yeah, this is something I want to do, and I didn't really need to see money to see that. You know, this is something that, you know, sometimes.
And it was kind of like self-taught.
So I met a guy. So crazy. I met a guy. I went into a guy's chat. His name's T-Fade. Shout out T-Fade.
Shout out T-Fade.
Right. I learned like some basics, fundamentals, and stuff like that. And then, you know, I took it and just ran with it. You know, like I said, I learned some good things from the chat. You know, just the fundamentals or just the strategy. And I just developed my own, did my own thing. You know,
How long did it take when you first started till you started really seeing like income? Like
so my first 8 months, I lost about 18,000. So all the money it's so crazy. All the money I saved from college, selling the candy, vending machines, the fire sticks,
even working at your job.
Yeah, all the money I had saved up, I ended up losing it over the span of 8 months when I first started day trading, just because. I mean, like I said, you know, I was self-taught.
Yeah.
So I mean, I didn't really have nobody to kind of guide me. And then on top of that, I had an ego. My first day, I made like $400 or $500.
And
So
then you're like, oh,
yeah,
this is my shit. And so you
yeah. So when you make that amount of money,
chasing
and
it.
at the time, I know $400, $500 may not sound like a lot to people,
Shit.
but like at the time, like yo, coming fresh out of college,
Oh, shit.
5 years ago,
Right now.
$400 could change the situation,
Especially
you know
in a
what I'm saying?
day. In a day, especially. Like,
Yeah. So when I made that, to me, that's all I needed to see,
Right.
you know. And then at that point, I was like, yo, you know, I thought I could do it every day, and I was just getting lucky, and that's why I ended up losing so much money, you know.
it's like chasing that. Yeah, it's like chasing that. It's like me with not the first time, but like the second, third day I was playing Prize Picks, I hit a parlay, and I was like, I'm up.
Yeah, I'm up. What's up?
Yeah, I'm up. What's up? What's tomorrow? What's tomorrow? That's crazy.
Yeah.
And you can summarize it too. You can summarize it 'cause I know it's long, but like to somebody as dumb as me, right, and the people watching, like day trading has a stigma to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's because a lot of people don't understand what the fuck, like, what the fuck we're looking at. You know, how would you break that shit down? Kind of like summarize. You don't have to go too long, but like break down like exactly what are we doing? What like for somebody that wants to get into it, but they're like, fuck, I don't know. Like, what would you tell them? Like, what to expect? What is it like? What is day trading? What are you trading?
Well, it depends. There's different markets. You can trade foreign exchange. That's what I do. I trade options as well too. You can trade crypto.
What
You
are
can trade-
options?
So options are when you're buying, and selling contracts.
Okay.
And stock. It's
Okay.
like, yeah. So that's like companies like Apple,
Okay.
you know, Amazon, stuff like that. Those are just different markets. There's a stock market, options, futures, right? Crypto, and then foreign exchange. Yeah. So, I mean, it really just depends on which route you want to go. You know,
Right.
some people want to do the stocks, which is open from 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central. Some people like to do Forex. That's more flexible because that's more 24 hours out the day. And it just really depends on what route you want to go. But I always tell people this, hey, you know, this thing it can be simple, but it's not easy. You
Right.
know, shit, I got gray hairs off the shit. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So I would say anybody that's coming in, I would definitely say like, you know, come in with a mindset and treat it like a business. Don't come in with the mindset like, hey, I have to make money ASAP. I always tell people that hit me up. I say, hey,
It's
you
not
know,
a quick come up.
No, what kind of situation you're in? You know what I'm saying? Some people say, hey, I'm on my last. You know, I need money for rent, this and this. I say, hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's probably not the speed. I think the best thing for you to do is do whatever you're doing.
Save up. Yeah.
Yeah, come when money is not. You know, you're not
That's a good advice.
looking for money. You
That's
know,
good
if you're
advice.
if you're searching for money, like you need money now, don't come with that mindset because
good advice.
this is not the place for that.
That's good
And
advice.
then, like I said, you know, I like to treat it as a business.
No, that's good advice. That's solid advice. Like, and I feel like that's you coming from a genuine place too. Then, because
Yeah,
you know,
'cause-
you're like you're not going to tell somebody just come into this shit. Just no, like
Because, like I said, all the emotions and everything that I went through, like I don't wish that on my worst enemy. Like
Yeah.
I went through the literally lowest.
Right,
You know what
right.
I'm saying? And I don't want people to experience the same thing I experienced. So I tell people like, hey, if I can go back, I would definitely like take your time with it. It's not about the money. You know what I'm saying? Treat it like a business. You know, you're not gonna. If you start a business today,
You're not gonna make
can't
profit right there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Typically 90%, you're probably gonna be in a loss or be in the hole.
oh, dude, I've been broke for so long because it's similar in the same way. Like all the money I would make from working, I would put into my music and try and push that. And I looked at it the same. I'm not making a lot of money off this, but the turnaround eventually, the believing in it and shit, and it's hard. That's why I'm trying to figure out like, I guess it's mindset, like what you kept telling yourself when you kept losing money, you'd be like, damn, like nah, like I'm gonna keep doing this, like I'm gonna figure it out. Because I mean, to me, the reason I keep doing it and to figure it out is because I love making music and I love production and shit, like doing stuff like that. I don't think you share the same love for trading, right? It's not like that. Right.
To me, it was more of a. I know this. Hey, if I'm the way I operate, and just something that's with me, it's always been kind of instilled with me with football. Just kind of the way I operate and how I just go about life. To me, it was just like, yo, if I stop this, I'm gonna start stopping other things.
Yeah.
You know. So for me, it was like more of an ego thing. You know, like I don't want to look back and see I'm competitive. I don't want to go look back and see all my friends that stuck with it,
Yeah,
winning from it, and I just stopped. So I look at it like, hey, anything I do in life, I'm gonna give it 100%. And I'm just gonna have faith that
because
God,
how you do one thing is how you do everything, and that's such a true statement. Very cliche, but very
I'm
true.
just have faith that God's gonna see me through. Like I said, I believe in God, and and I have full faith in whatever He's leading me to do.
Praise God,
I'm
baby.
just gonna go do it full speed, and hey, whatever happens, I may look stupid, I may look dumb,
Yeah,
but hey,
yeah.
if I keep faith,
I'm gonna be looking up. Yeah, it's
you know
gonna
what I'm
be
saying.
looking
So,
up.
like I said, it's all about how you see yourself. I see myself as a successful black man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, that went through a lot of adversity, trials, and tribulations to get where to get where he wants to be.
And you saw that before you went through it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with football. Things are not going to go your way in life.
Right,
That's
right.
how I believe in. So for me, it's like I got to make the most of every situation. That
I feel like the only way you really can fail is if you quit. Like if you keep doing something for so long, like you never stop.
Yeah.
Like it only logically, like I even think mathematically it makes sense that
and don't get me wrong, there's times I deterred away from it. Like I'll stop trading for 2 months, or I'll stop trading for a month. But like I said, overall, I knew in the back of my head, this is what I wanted to do, and I know that there's nothing out there for me that's going to give me this flexibility, at least to my standard or what I'm looking for, that matches my personality.
Right.
So, like I said, we're still learning, still getting better every day. But
Yeah.
I'm very thankful.
How long have you been doing that now?
So full time, about 4 years now. So. Yeah.
That's crazy. Can we give it a little round of applause or something? Come on, that's crazy, bro. That's you did have a mentor, but I feel like that's so. I mean, you're self-made in that aspect. I mean, I look at your page now, the following, and the people that trust in you to help them, like learn and stuff. Like that's fire. Like, bro, you were giving away $28,000, or what were you giving $2,800?
So I'm doing a giveaway for rent. Doing a rent giveaway, groceries, and then I think it was gas. Yeah, gas.
That's beautiful, bro.
It's God, man. God has blessed me, and He's put me in a really good position.
You gonna bless it back?
The way I'm just raised is you got to give it back. You know what I'm saying? So I just know there's people out there that are going through something. So
man,
if I can just do something small like that,
especially now, the way shit is now, dude. Shit's so damn expensive, dude.
Inflation, man.
Bro,
So,
what? I don't want to get in that bag because we'll get in that bag and we'll start name dropping people. I'll start name dropping people. But shit, yeah. I think that I don't know, dude. I look at you. We've known each other for so long, and then I look at where you're at now. I'm like, bro, that's so fucking dope. Like you're you've made yourself a not just a successful day trader, but like a personality. Like you're like you're like an online personality. Because when people follow you, they look at your stories and stuff. It's not just the motivation for day trading. Is you work out every fucking morning and you in that big. So it's just like I guess you're kind of leading by example, showing if you commit to everything you do and you don't quit, it's going like you look at your physique. How in shape you are is because you keep working out even after football. You didn't stop working out. Like I
said, my whole thing was just like, I don't want to look back and be like, yo,
wasting my youth.
I just wasted. Like, I don't want. There's no redos at this stuff. So I just try to be my best version of myself. And to me, fitness is kind of like an outlet that regardless of if I'm losing money, if I had a bad day, or regardless of whatever's kind of going on, one thing, I can get a win in the day by going to the gym. You know what I'm saying?
Hard. So, get your ass in the fucking gym. Oh, God, bro, that's a dub. Let's talk about that shit, too. Working out is a dub, dog. And for me, it's hard, dude. I know when I get a good workout in, I feel good. Because a lot of times, like, I'll go to the gym, I pull up to the gym, and I sit in the car in the parking lot, and I'm just, like, stuck. I'm like, I don't want to fucking go in there.
I was doing that today.
I don't want to fucking go in there. I'm looking at my phone, I'm like, I'm not going in there. I'm like, fuck. And then I'll either leave, or I'll go in there and just sit in the sauna and then leave. And I hate that shit. But when I actually I park and I don't sit and think about it.
But you know what it is? Mm-hmm. It's a consistency thing.
Yeah.
And as I get older, I start learning that stuff. It doesn't start like, you got to slowly get into that. And when you break those bad habits, it just gets easier and easier and easier. You got to kind of put yourself in a situation, because it's crazy. Because remember, I don't know if you know, I was like 45 pounds bigger last year. Because I let myself go, after football,
I'm sorry, but which is hilarious because letting yourself go to you, it's like still my dream body. When you
Nah.
said he was 45 pounds overweight, I'm like, damn, fuck. But
Nah,
facts.
but yeah, like I said, I let myself go, and I kind of got myself into a slump, and I was like, man, and for me, what it was is just, you make it a point of duty where you just show up every single day. You don't give yourself an excuse.
Yeah.
Like I did that before even trading. I made sure that was a priority for me, and it's crazy when you make something a priority, you just start seeing results.
Like you feel bad if you don't do it.
Yeah, and for me, the first thing was like, I just got to show up every day.
Yeah.
If I show up every day, then shit, I can build on that, but if you don't show up every day, if you don't make it a point of duty not to show up.
And go inside. Because I show up, but I don't go inside sometimes.
Yeah,
I just
so
show
to
up.
me, it's just little things every day.
Damn.
Right? And then you start making good eating habits. And then you start
It's a
seeing
tough
the
one.
little gains, in the mirror. You're like, oh, yeah, I look good. And it gets better and better and better and better.
Results. I forgot the name of the book. I think it's called The Little Things. But you remember Ricky Zala, Indian guy from the neighborhood we used to play football with. He was older. Well, he told me about this book
a long time ago.
Yeah. He told me about this book. He said the little things is like what makes success is the little things, like the things that you look at like that's not that important. It's even as small as like not eating a Snickers bar. Like even that you're like, I can have this and I'll burn it later.
What's so
like,
crazy? Like I know I do my best work when I'm not eating junk food, right? Because I don't think people understand like waking up, like what you put in your body plays a difference. Because I think if I start eating like junk food or any bullshit, it's gonna naturally make me tired, lack of energy. And kind of being an entrepreneur, what I've kind of learned is if I don't have energy, if I don't have motivation, or if I'm not ready to go, that can be the difference between me making no money.
Yeah, because you don't have a boss telling you to get to work. You have to tell yourself to get to work.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, it'd be small stuff like, oh, shit, I have a rule for myself. Like, I do better when I trade not from my phone and I trade not in the bed. I do better when I trade on the screen, like an actual laptop screen. So if I get lazy and I don't feel like getting up, then I'm affecting myself. You see what I'm saying? So it'd be small things like that that just play a different role.
That's like fucking discipline, bro. Fuck.
Yeah.
No, facts. It's the small things, bro. It's the little things that we're like, this not, what's the big deal? Like this, or I can skip this, or I can, but those really trickle down if you do enough of the small things or don't do enough of the small things, they accumulate and there's a result. There's a result. You have a lot of fucking discipline, bro. You have, and I admire that. And that's something I envy, and I trying to get better at the discipline aspect of it. Because from what you're telling me, all this is coming from discipline. Like I get down on myself if I see negative results or I'm just feeling stagnant. I have a bad habit of just like, if I'm feeling stagnant, I just like kind of back away from it for a little bit and then come back to it.
But sometimes that also plays with kind of who you hang around. If you hang around positive people, like I cut off all like people that are not doing nothing. Like if you're not on anything, you're not trying to get better, I don't even link up with you like that no more.
Right.
Because that affects me, and like I want to be around people that are always thinking of ways to make more money, or how to do things productive, get in the gym, stuff like that plays a difference, man. And when you have a good like surrounding,
people are on the same path
that want to win, like it plays a role.
Do you have, because we hear about AI a lot affecting industries like entertainment industries, movie, music. Do you have any fear or even opinions or views on AI coming into the trading field?
It's in the trading field right now.
Yeah?
Yeah, so people have AI bots and stuff like that and automated trading.
Yeah. Is that looked at in a bad way in the community? No?
No, I mean, I don't think so. I think with everything, how things are going, people have different ways of making money.
Right.
I don't really frown on other people's way of making money.
Right,
That's
right,
their
right.
business. But I think they do have AI. But like for me, I've never really seen the AI, and this is just me. I don't know. I know it's out there. I haven't really seen something that's long term that's just been there for like years that has like been successful.
Right.
Typically, like all of them like blow some accounts or something like that. But like that's just me personally. I don't know yet. I haven't experienced it. So
But okay, so but with the people that do use it, do you know how they use it? Like, they just like it's like generates like it'll do like the trading for you.
yeah,
and you don't have to.
So I've seen some AI bots have been successful, but I've just never seen one over a long period of time. 'Cause I think the purpose of the AI bot is supposed to get better with time.
Yeah.
Recognize certain
Recognizing the
patterns.
patterns and stuff.
Yeah, but for me, I haven't seen it, but I know it's out there.
Do you think eventually with AI, you see how much it's grown now? Like you hear songs now, like
Yeah,
it sounds like the artist.
I think there's a lot of things out there, but I don't think like
You don't think it will get to the point where AI is so good at recognizing the patterns that it hits the day trade every time?
I think it will. But I think you got to think about that. I feel like they wouldn't let something like everyday people just have access to that.
I about to say, would that get to a point where like they
feel
got to
like
regulate that? Because
I feel like the
somebody's just
price-
gonna be making billions.
But I feel like the price tag on that would be so high because it's like think about it, it's like you're just printing money. You know what I'm saying?
exactly,
So, like,
exactly.
so my personality, my opinion, I don't think. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But I'm saying like I literally think if it's out there, which I think it is,
Speak us a little bit.
it's a high price tag for it. So.
And that's even more fucked because then that's just like
I mean, you got
the super rich have access to it just to
Yeah.
stay super rich.
Yeah.
I guess it would be like a software you would have to get that would do that, like the AI software.
But think about it, would you sell that? Why would you sell that? If you literally
I would just
made
use it.
an AI bot.
I would use it myself.
Yeah, but that's not for sale. You wouldn't sell something
Exactly. I
like
wouldn't sell that. I would just use it myself.
that. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I was like, why would you hear about that? In my opinion, that's actually working.
So maybe, do you think it exists already?
I know it exists. I know for a fact it exists. I just feel like people like everyday people like me, I just don't have access to it. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Or if I was to get access to it, opportunity, the price tag would just be very high. That's what I think.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
keep in mind, there's probably ones out there that's affordable, but for me, I've never seen one that has literally went on for years, like 10 plus 5, 8 plus
That
years.
keeps working.
But fairly, right? You got to think about it. AI is fairly kind of new,
Yeah.
So you got to give it some time. You see what I'm saying?
to get there.
Yeah.
But I feel like, yeah, dude. Fuck. I honestly feel like it will reach that point of recognizing patterns. It's interesting. I'm interested to see if a scandal like that, because that has to be regulated, because that's not fair. Really, it's like
Exactly.
that wouldn't be fair. That wouldn't be fair. Before we go to break, I want to let you guys know that this episode has been brought to you by absolutely nobody once again, because I'm still paying out of pocket. So if you're watching this and you're interested in this and want to see us do more shit, feel free to hit me up and sponsor. I'll promote your business, bro. I don't care what you do. I mean, we have a massage parlor, we have a mechanic shop. You breeding dogs, all you dog breeders. Hey, dog breeders need to stop, because there's a lot of fucked up dogs out there. And I'm like, what breed of dog is that? I saw like a half Great Dane, half like wiener dog. It's like a long Great Dane. And I'm like, shit's, and these dogs are having problems breathing. So, but anyway, I'll still sponsor you. So just hit me up, and we'll be right back. Without giving away any sauce, like for somebody that's looking to get into day trading, interested in it, what would you kind of say? Not requirements, but what should somebody like? What are some skills or habits, or even like how much money should they have saved up or us to the side that they can spend to come into it? Like,
I would say start. I mean, if you got $100, a laptop, you know what I'm saying, energy to learn, and that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't really need much.
So it's
That's the good
kinda-
thing. There's not really much overhead. That's all you need, honestly. As long as you are trying to just learn, and you come with the mindset where, hey, you're okay with not making money up front, and day trading can work for you. You know,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like I said, you just got to come in with the mindset like I'm gonna treat it like a business. I don't have big expectations. Something I wish I would have known. Like, don't make my goals. So next year I'm gonna get rich. Next year I'm gonna be in a Lambo, some
Yeah.
shit like that. Try to put your goals a little far out, a little bit more out, so that way you're not discouraged when things don't go your way. So
Right.
my main thing is like
realistic goals?
just realistic goals. Sometimes just making $100. If you can come in like, hey, if I can make $100 a day, $100 a day is $500 a week.
Yeah.
$500 a week is $2,000 a month. That's paying for somebody's rent. You
Yeah,
know?
100%. And that's something you can do your flexible schedule.
Yeah.
You know?
So, like I said, just making small goals and small targets. You know, like I said, I used to kind of make these big goals, and the main thing also as well too, like for my group, let's say somebody was to come in my group and be like, hey, I want to learn how to day trade, I want to be a part of my group. I tell individuals, hey, if you're gonna come in, make sure you are focused on yourself. You know, you're going to see people win in the chat, right? You'll see some people making thousands. You'll see people that are even doing better than me making tens of thousands, right? Then you're gonna see people making hundreds, and you may even come in there and make $5, $6, right? You got to come in with the mindset like, I don't care about what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
I'm just focused on my growth, because you cannot compare your step 1 to someone's step 100.
Because then that's when you start rushing and throwing too much money.
That too. Because you, like I said, you may, hey, I call a trade in the chat. You know, this person makes 1,000. This person makes 200. This person makes 500. This person makes 4,000 or 5,000. Right? And you look at your, $20, and then you're like, damn, like, what is this?
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck, I'm gonna put some more money in.
Yeah.
Like, stop. You know what I'm saying? But you understand, like, that's your stepping stone. That's your step 1, step 2.
Right.
You gotta sometimes embrace the you gotta embrace the bottom, right? You gotta embrace being on the bottom, because there's lessons that are at the bottom.
Absolutely.
That you need to learn and go through.
So you don't go back down to the bottom. So and that's true. And once you learn all those lessons, once you get up, it's easier for you not to go down, because you already learned those lessons. You know.
But there's constant, it's constantly evolving. There's ups and downs. There's always gonna be ups and downs, and you're just constantly. At some point, it's just gonna start going back on the steady crease.
That's interesting. How in one group, one chat, there could be such a wide range of
Because
income.
like I said, the thing about it is, like, in my chat, I tell people, like, hey, a lot of people post, hey, yo, Dereck, thank you. We made $1,000, $2,000 a day. I pay my rent, this and this. And then there's guys that I have a millionaire in the chat. Like, I'm not a millionaire. There's a guy in the chat that he's a multimillionaire, and he's making $50,000, $100,000 a day. But he's not posting. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I tell people, like, you don't have to show what you want to do. Like, keep it to you. But if you're comfortable and you want to show people, like, hey, I made this and this, go ahead.
It's kind of hard. I mean, if you come up with like $5,000, it's kind of hard.
But it's two people that look at it. Two people come in, they're like, they see that, they get discouraged. And there's people like me that are like, that's motivation. Like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't count people's pockets. I'm not worried about what other people are doing.
I love pocket
I like
watching.
what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing.
I love pocket watching. I saw what you pulled up, man. I'll be pocket watching.
You're crazy. But like I said, I focus on what I'm doing.
100%.
And I don't care if this person's making thousands, this person's making this.
Good for them.
As long as I'm continue going in the up crease, that's all I care about. It's crazy. Like, my worst month that I ever had, I lost like 60 bands. And it's so crazy.
Your worst month, you lost 60 bands.
My worst month, I lost like 60,000. I'm probably like 50 something. But it's so crazy. I remember my friends who used to be like, oh, you should be making more. You should be making more than I was at the time. I was going like 2K, 3K a day. I was going on a really good streak, 3K, 2K a day. Like, then I seen somebody that was making like 10, 15,000. He's like, man, you should be doing more. You should be doing this and this. And I thought to myself, like, yo, yeah, you know what? I should be doing that. I started using higher lot sizes that I normally don't use, and it fucked with my mental, because I was like, man, like, I started getting more emotional. I got the money. You don't want to bring emotion into that atmosphere, because, that's when you make bad decisions.
Especially with something so statistical.
Yeah, because then, and like I said, I made a mistake, but that's when I learned, okay, cool, I'm just focused on myself.
Yeah.
And my best trading is when I'm focused on myself. I'm not worried about other people.
Wow,
of course, I may help people, but, like, I'm focused on my growth.
Right.
As long as I'm going in an uptrend, as long as I'm staying disciplined, as long as I'm being consistent,
right?
I'm sticking to my goals
to your goals.
To your what I have planned for myself.
Exactly, because like a lot of people, I was saying earlier, a lot of people I think don't even follow. I'm making up a number, but 90% of people I think don't even know what their actual own dreams are. It's like we see shit that we like or we're interested in, and then we look at, I kind of want to do something like that.
And you know what was made a difference for me too? I know people are so cliche about writing things down. I mean, this works for me. I write down all the important things I gotta get done for the day, and then I just do knock out the best ones. And more important, I even write out things I want to make. If I want to make, $1,000, $2,000 in a day, or 3,000, or whatever it is that I want to make, I write it down, and I promise you, like the way God works, as long as I'm working hard, like I always find a way to
Cross that out.
Now I may not get to it, so if it's absurd, but I typically, majority of the time I get to my goal that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's simple. It's like small, $500 or something like that. Like the main thing for me is like everything I want in my life, I'm writing it down.
Do you write down even like other goals outside of trading?
Yeah, I write down stuff like I gotta clean the house. I gotta do this and just small things. For me, that's how not everybody's wired that way. Some people don't have to write things down. I know for me, it's so crazy because like I think ever since I stopped playing football, or when I was playing football, my multitasking was just kind of a little bit off a little bit. Just from, I don't know, it's just weird. So I forget things like kind of quick. So for me, I got to write things down so I don't forget it. So when I write things down, I'm able to go back on it and say, okay, cool. And how I am, like more of like a...
visual learner? Or like a...
No, I get, it's like a momentum thing. When I see them constantly just getting things done.
Your progress motivates you.
Yeah, progress motivates me. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's like I got to stay active. I got to constantly be doing something.
It's like a video game. It's like gaining points. I knocked this out, boom, point.
Cool, I'm getting better. And then like I get in the zone where I'm just like, okay, cool, I can do this, do this. And then next thing I look up and I have a really good day. Like, and it's so crazy because I look back and I'm like, dude, sometimes you don't realize how good you have it until you lose it. And you gotta be appreciative of sometimes like stuff like that. I had to be appreciative, and I think what God does, He humbles you, right? Because I started losing, I started not being appreciative of $1,000, and then if you look at statistics, 70% of America doesn't even have $1,000 in their savings account. So when you kind of put that into perspective, if you're able to just generate, $500 to $1,000, like you're just that much ahead of the curve. Yeah. And it's a blessing to be able to do that because the average people are generating is $190.
Yeah,
a day.
Yeah.
So then you gotta understand, like, there's just a lot more to it, and and I realized, like, you gotta like appreciate where you're at, and whenever you do have good days, you gotta kind of reflect on it and just be thankful. So one thing that's kind of helped me in general, I'm grateful for the little things. You know what I'm saying? Just showing gratitude. I feel like when you show gratitude to God,
to where you're at right now,
He blesses you more.
And it's finding a balance between that and still wanting to evolve.
Yeah.
It's like not being stagnant, but still be grateful where you're at.
Yeah, wanting more for yourself, but being grateful to know, like, hey, I'm thankful for the small things. I'm thankful to have clean water. I'm thankful to be able to use a lot of things that we take for granted on an everyday basis.
Oh, dude, I'm thankful to be American. Goddamn, like what? Like could be in.
Your situation could be always worse, man. What? When you're able to find positive and speak those positive like vibrations, in the air,
and generally feel them,
be like, hey, you know what? I'm grateful to do this, and this. Like, I didn't appreciate having a nice car until I went without my car for like 2 months because, some X, Y, and Z.
Amen.
So you got to appreciate wherever you have a working car.
Yeah.
Having
a job.
Being able to get fast food. Just because when you want. That's a blessing. Like, you don't understand that. And like, you got to be appreciative of these small things. And I promise you, God's always going to show you favor.
How do you show appreciation?
I show appreciation by a couple ways. I show appreciation by giving. I think my parents taught me at a young age that charity always begins at home. So I always try to give. I'm just a natural giver, and then I show appreciation. I pray a lot.
You pray.
And then, like I said, I try not to make the same mistakes that, I was probably, making before.
Right.
Maybe something that kind of, sometimes you can kind of follow yourself in the loop and then, you make some bad decisions or something like that. And then you kind of reflect on it.
You got to appreciate the L. Appreciate the L because a lesson was, and if you don't appreciate the L, you're going to take it again and again and again.
And now, like, exactly. So now I kind of have the mindset, whenever something happens to me, I'm always thinking, I used to think, damn, why is this happening to me? Like, what's going on? I do things right, but now it's kind of like, okay, God, what are you trying to teach me?
Right.
Like, what do you want me to learn from this lesson? And just changing that perspective, man, honestly has changed everything for me. Like, changing the perspective to understand that, hey, God is teaching you a lesson, and there's something that He wants you to learn, at this moment. Don't look at it like don't point the finger, don't blame anybody. Embrace what's going on and see how you can learn from that. Because there's something that God is trying to teach you or put you through, so that way you never make that mistake again. Sometimes God is going to take something away from you, humble you, put you in a position, right? So that you see the value that what you've once had. So whenever he gives it back to you, you can appreciate the blessing and
Right.
you'll never take it for granted.
And damn, that's fucking crazy. And you got the right perspective is the way, because if you have the wrong perspective on an L, and instead of being like, God, what are you trying to show me, you're gonna miss the lesson. He's not gonna answer. You're not gonna find no, like, you're just gonna repeat that shit again. Like you're like complaining. I try to look at things like, I try to look at L's like when something bad happens, I'm like, okay, thank God that's out the way.
Yeah.
Because I look at everything like a step.
A
Like
step. Everything's a step.
I got that out the way, I'm a step closer to my goals. Like I always try my best to look at bad days, bad situations like that. Like when I used to perform a lot, I had bad shows. I'm like, all right, that was a bad show, but thank God that's out the way. That's out the way.
Like, for instance, for me, I had a problem. Like, I used to lend people money.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that, now kind of just as I get older, you don't lend people money unless you're okay with them just not paying you back at all.
Right. Right. I'm going to beat this name out, but was it
No.
Okay.
Crazy.
All right, fuck you.
Nah, so I
beat
used
that
to
out
lend
too.
people money, stuff like that. And I realized what used to bother me was like, me, my personality, one, I don't like asking people for anything and stuff like that. But when I used to lend people money, it used to bother me because it was just like, why are you not, why is it okay with you to like kind of not feel like you don't need to pay me back or something like that?
Well, that's crazy.
But it just, everybody has situations, everybody goes through stuff. But for me, I realized like now with God, like I'm just saying no. You know what I'm saying? God made me go through so many people not paying me back to make me realize, okay, cool. Now if somebody asks me for money, it's just a no. It's not my immediate family.
Yeah, get your own. I got my own.
Yeah. So now it's like God puts you through those things and sees where you make those lessons. You know what I'm saying? Those are lessons you got to learn. And I had to learn that lesson.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Now it's like,
Damn.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things people you're going to go through.
Before we end this episode, this was fucking great. 2 questions real quick. Let's see. Number one, do you watch football? You keep up with sports?
It's crazy. When I was playing football,
You didn't.
I didn't even watch football.
I know. I know you. And I was like, Dereck wasn't in like watching football like that. Yeah.
Nah, that's not
Why is that?
I think you do it so much and you're just like, I didn't really love the game. I just wanted to be in a position to really just kind of provide for my family. So
Yeah.
I think I thought I wanted to go to the NFL, but I really just wanted what came with the NFL as far as,
Boom. That's
good
the
things.
thought was
Yeah.
coming. That's the thought was coming. So
Yeah.
I was thinking earlier, a lot of people don't even know what their real dreams are. Like we have interests, or we're like, oh, I like this, or I like I want to provide for my family. So we look at examples that we already see, right? Of people, and we're like, okay, I gotta follow that. Let me try to be that. But that's not really what your real dream is. It's just we have limited examples. I was using music for example. Like I fell in love with making music and just editing and making production and shit. So I looked around, okay, what can I do? Oh, an artist, cool. A rapper, boom. Let me follow this. Let me do shows like this and follow this, bro. And it took me fucking 8 to 10 years to realize, dude, that I'm not even following my actual dream. Like that's like, let me just sit back and think about what I actually want to do with this shit. And so, and that's what I've been doing. Like I started a podcast and I'm doing songwriting, and I just like, I'm following a dream that I actually want to do, because I think
it doesn't feel like work.
It doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like work at all.
For me, like I said, I used to think my dream was wanting to be in the NFL, and I realized it wasn't that. It was more of I seen the NFL as a avenue to make large amounts of money and meet a lot of people. And I realized for me, that's kind of what I wanted. I wanted a position to where I could be a businessman, and I could be an entrepreneur, and I could just be a free space to where I can network, meet as many people as possible, and be free. You know what I'm saying? Go against barriers, do things that I never wanted, I never thought I could do. Go against all my fears, stuff like that. That's where I kind of see myself. It was never really the NFL. It's just really a position to be able to provide for my family, network, meet a lot of people, and then face my fears as far as things that I want to accomplish for my life, or the vision I have set for myself and the man I want to become. I think God was showing me during those moments when I was injured. He was showing me a life outside of football. I used to think football is everything. Live, breathe, die, football, sports. I've always been a sports guy. God was showing me that, hey, your life is not revolved around being an athlete.
Yeah.
There's so much more to life. And as I got older and I started trading, doing other things, traveling, doing all this stuff like that, I realized like football is just a small segment. And one of my goals too as well, I want to help athletes that went through that cycle of depression,
After post football.
Because, dude, I'm telling you, when
Speak on that a little bit.
It's crazy because when you are done with football, people don't even realize, like, you got to think for 15, 10 years, some of these guys, they literally have a schedule for you where they're telling you, hey, you're eating at this time, sleeping this is time. So you got to think when you go back into where, hey, everything is just on you now, it's a wide open, like, yo, like, what do I do with my time?
Yeah.
And you got to think, some people, that's all they know, right? Some people didn't have a crazy major. Some people are not going to be a doctor or a lawyer or engineer. Some people didn't major in anything. They just major in arts. You know what I'm saying? So you got to
feel lost after that.
Yeah. So when football's taken away from them, now it's like, okay, what do I really want to do? And I found, like I said, 90% of people, guys, you're going to go through like a depression. And for me, the main thing was you got to just try different things.
Yeah.
Right? You got to find out, what do you really like to do? Like, what do you enjoy? What doesn't really feel like a job? You got to try those things out, and then
stick to them.
The
same discipline that got you as far as you got with football.
Yeah.
Move that same discipline to something else.
Find an avenue that you really doesn't feel like a job, and then just take those disciplines and put it in this. For me, trading and entrepreneurship was that. I don't feel like I can work 14, 13 hours, 15 hours a day just on my phone all day, and it's so crazy. It doesn't feel like work. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm posting, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. But like that's what I enjoy doing, right? That's the main thing. So my goal down the road is to help athletes get into entrepreneurship, because I know that it's not easy
life after sports.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
especially like most athletes that make it pro or even far in college, their whole life in high school, they're kind of catered to because they're talented. So they're not given the skills. Like you've seen a big fat ass Baby Davis. What's his real name? Baby Davis. Big Baby Davis. You saw what he was talking about? He was talking about that the NBA should help players with financial decisions in post sports, because a lot of people, not everybody's having the $100 million contracts, and so after that they're lost.
And it's so crazy because I see a lot of athletes, and ones that went to the NFL for 3-4 years, because you gotta think it's kind of hard, because it's like, you make X amount, maybe $700,000, $600,000, $800,000 a year. But you also kind of got to factor in the expenses, right? If you are having a high expense lifestyle, right, and you made all that majority of money, right, being around the people you're around, because typically everybody in that vicinity
is making money
and spending money. You're gonna have to, when you're done with football, and let's say football's done, or your athletics is done, some of them still try to maintain that same lifestyle.
Oh yeah, that's what
you know what I'm saying. And a lot of people, unfortunately,
that's why like
75% go broke.
Is that a real number? Damn.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but
Dude,
like I said, makes sense, because you got to think, you live life up here, being those 4 or 5 years that you play.
You can't even look ahead like to when you're not making that money, that 700.
So I feel like the smart ones, they make the decision like,
invest early.
Or slow down the expenses.
Slow down expenses. Oh, dude, yeah, man. I think about that shit all the time.
It's not easy, man. And it's a topic that people really don't talk about, But like I say, if I can get myself to a position where I can be able to factor and help athletes become entrepreneurs or with finances, that'd be
I think that's super fucking dope, bro. Because and who better to learn from than you went through that shit. And I think that's super dope, and that's a lane and that's a lane that actually helps people, dude. There's a lot of
I get a lot of messages, like it's so crazy. Like I've been getting a lot of messages from a lot of NFL athletes, a lot of college athletes that went through the exact same thing I'm going through,
That's
and they
crazy.
reach out to me like, "Hey man, how'd you deal with this? What do you do?" And you know, like so, I think that's my calling that God wants me to do. You know, I'm not really too sure just yet.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the fact that all of us, you know,
I think it
people
is,
hit me
bro.
up, yeah, man. I think it's not a coincidence.
It's
you know?
not. And shit. Anything else you want to fucking plug in? The camera. Tell them where to follow you. How to fucking sign up for the program, the boot camp.
Yo, what's up, guys? So if you want to start day trading today, guys, what I'm actually going to be doing here pretty soon, I'm going to be hosting a boot camp, guys. This is a day trading boot camp. It's going to be exclusive. Like I said, I'm going to be working with you, showing you exactly what you need to do as far as the in and outs, how to get into trades, how to look for setups, how to look for opportunities, setting stop losses, setting TPs, post-market analysis, pre-market analysis, Sunday analysis, whatever you need to help you get started day trading. I'm going to be going over the basic stuff. What is a pip? You know, what is points? You know, what is a supply and demand zone? Just basic things that, hey, if I was to go back, I would want. I'm going to be going over those things.
Fuck yeah.
If you want to learn from me, guys, I'm going to be hosting a boot camp here pretty soon. Haven't got the dates, but when I do, I'll definitely drop the dates for you guys. But yeah, I mean, that's really just it,
Let's
you know.
get it, baby. I love that. We're gonna have your all your social medias on the page right there,
Yeah.
bro. And fuck, dude. What the fuck was I about to say? I keep doing that. I keep doing. Oh. And I keep doing that. Where I think I'm gonna say something. Nah, bro. Yeah, y'all follow Dereck, tap in, and is the giveaway still going?
Yes,
How do people enter for that giveaway, and what is it?
Okay, so the giveaway is practically over. The reason why I say that is because I've already selected. Well, I haven't selected. My assistant selected 20,
so it's
20
over.
finalists. Yeah, 20 finalists. I just haven't announced it.
Oh.
20 finalists. So she's already going through, you know, each individual's profile, rant, you know, where everything, stuff like
But
that.
keep following because he does these type of things.
So yo, guys,
yeah.
you know, I do a lot of giveaways, right? I do a lot of giving. You know, that's just how my parents was raising me to be. So if you want any updates as far as giveaways and what I do on an everyday basis, guys, I advise you to follow Legendary Sniper FX or follow me at Legendary Dereck on Instagram, guys. I go through everything as far as giveaways, analysis. I drop some profits on there as well too. And I just drop my day-to-day, guys. So if you want to know what it's like to be a day trader, I drop all that information and education, guys. So go ahead and give me a follow, man. It's been an honor. It's been a pleasure. Definitely want to say appreciate to Chris, man. We go way back.
Way back, baby.
All glory to God, man.
Praise God, baby.
Thankful for everything.
Oh yeah, baby. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, tuning in. Like always, comment, fucking subscribe, and share and share. I hope this episode taught you shit. It definitely taught me. I'm definitely gonna write shit down and become a better person because I really, truly am the worst human being I know. So I'm gonna try my best and be a better human being. All right. This has been Bad Doug. Another episode. I love you guys. Peace. Woo! Hey, that was great.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's Dereck Ibekwe, CEO of Legendary Sniper FX. Guys, I'm going to be hosting a boot camp. This boot camp is going to be an extensive boot camp going through the ins and outs of day trading from start to finish, guys. I'm going to be teaching you my strategy, teaching you how to get in trades, how to get out of trades, setting your stop loss and TPs, the whole 9 yards of what you need to get started day trading. Guys, if you want to learn how to do this for yourself, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link. All you have to do is go to the link and sign up for your shot at the boot camp, guys. God bless you all. Wish you the best.